Here's today's Yom Yom, sayings by the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe, that Tzemach Tzedek, the third Rebbe of Chabad, notes in one of his speeches. He said like this: on Tuesday of Parshat Balak, our master, who was our master, the first Rebbe of Chabad, the grandfather of the third Rebbe, he said to his sons like this: to understand the problem which is posed by the astronomers. So what's the problem with those astronomers? Since the earth is round, since the earth is round and spherical like an apple, like a ball, then why is it that the people that fall, why is it that those people who live on the bottom side of the globe, why don't they fall off? Why do they fall down? Or like you said, the people in America, why don't they fall down? Now, according to Judaism, the earth stands still and all the planets go around the earth. We talked about that before. They'll go around the earth. And all of the calculations that the rabbis made of when the month is and when it is, and they were always accurate, exactly accurate, were made based on this idea. And we just finished learning the Rambam, Kiddush HaChodesh, went to sanctify the moon, and he exactly explains how this whole business works and how to make calculations. Nevertheless, trust me, and the Rebbe said that because everything is relative to everything else, so there's nothing which is really absolute, so you can't really tell which goes around which. Okay. In any case, the question is still asked, if the earth is flat, then that's understandable why people don't fall off. There are a lot of people that believe that today, the flat earth people, there's people like that. Never really got the point, but okay. So, but anyway, it makes sense why we fall off. But the fact is that the earth is a sphere. It's round. And because it's round, so we have a question, why don't the people on the opposite us fall down? I mean, why we don't fall down? It's obvious we don't fall down because we're standing head up. But the people that are opposite us, they're head down, right? So what's the answer that's given? So generally speaking, as far as I know, the answer like that Isaac Newton gave, is that every mass has a drawing power to it. Has a drawing power. And that's what gravity is. And gravity is what keeps us down. And this theory of Newton has been, proved and verified many, many times. And to the degree that they even, because if everything pulls on everything else, so that means that the planets must have some effect on one another, especially when they sort of juxtapose. So it must like change the direction of the orbit of the planets a little bit. They should be affected one from the other one. And in fact, it came out. It was right. They were. And by that they predicted that there was the planet, I don't know, was it Uranus or something? Anyway, it works out according to that. There's simply that every body has this power, mysterious power, which is called gravity, which draws things to it. And so all the planets are like drawing one to the other. And that explains it. That's why they don't fall down, because they're being drawn. Power of gravity draws them. Says the Rebbe, this answer is not true. It's not the true answer. Which doesn't mean that it doesn't work. It could work. Like we just finished saying, the earth goes around the sun, right? That's not true. The sun really goes around the earth, but works perfectly, if you say, and that's all the great scientists, they shoot rockets up based on the principles of Newton and gravity and everything like that. So obviously it works, right? I don't think anybody in the world, any scientist in the world goes according to the principles, makes his calculations, shoots rockets according to the idea that the earth is in the center. But nevertheless, okay, it doesn't make any difference. So just because an answer is not true doesn't mean it won't work. It could work. Okay. Our master of blessed memory said, what is the answer? The answer is in a Kabbalistic book called Eitz Chaim, that the 9 spheres, the paths of the planets are each one in spheres. They're spheres. It says they're nurtured by a spiritual level, which is called igulim, circles. Circles. I mean, you can ask yourself a bigger question. The question of how in the world did these planets get stuck up there and they're just floating around there in nowhere, and they just follow these paths? So, okay, there are explanations. Sure, there's explanations. And I'm sure if you would ask Isaac Newton, he would say that this in no way takes away the miracle of everything. And he was a very believing person. He believed very firmly in God, and he did not believe in the church. They almost burned him. He was such a great person. I think they would have burned him or whatever it is if he didn't. But they made him sort of recant his opinions and say, okay, I do believe in the church. It was pretty much the same thing with, what was it, with Leonardo da Vinci, I think. Same thing. Leonardo da Vinci. I'm pretty sure that he believed in God very, very firmly, but he did not believe in the church. But they made him, they forced him. They said you have to believe. Okay. In any case, so here's the spiritual answer, the true answer. The reason that the stars go around, the sky goes around, why does it all go around the earth, right? The planets, because they are a revelation, an embodiment of a spiritual aspect, which is called igulim, circles. In a circle, there's no up or down. Take a ring. What's the top of the ring and the bottom of the ring? There's no top about it. Depends how you hold it. There's no top about it. Therefore, those who live opposite, down below, the heavens are above them because there's no up and there's no down. Archie in one continuity with the heavens above us and the earth below, relative to the heavens over it. So wherever you are, there is no real absolute up and down. In other words, everything is up and down regarding where you are, right? Like I said before, you have a ring, you have a coin, right? Here's the coin. Where's the top of the coin? Where's the top of the coin? Well, I mean, if you hear it, oh, that's the top, right? Oh yeah, well, this is the top. How did it get over here? No, it's not the top. You said it was the top. Is it the top or not? It's relevant to where you're holding it. What's the top? The same thing as people. People, wherever they are, they're relevant. Why? Because they partake of this aspect, which is called iguling. So that would also explain where gravity, the principle of gravity comes, why it appears that we're being pulled by the earth, when in fact we're not being pulled by the earth. We're just being, how do you say, stabilized by this principle, which is called iguling. Okay. Now, story. Share. Turn it on.